Howdy folks, welcome to episode 43. Today we are going to check out some of the new features of 5.3. As you can see, there's new glass, and this just came out yesterday, and it looks awesome. And they're going to supposedly do some more new glass types and everything, but it looks amazing right now. So let's go outside, and I've got a few tasks to do. Now I left when I got killed and had to do an emergency restart here, or a fresh start, yeah, I had to leave. Basically, I went out of the system in one capital ship and then came back without one. So the Beeblebrox is sitting in the Zeyhines system, and I'm over here. Now, I could have taken the miner, but it had a minor incident. Whoops. Yeah, it kind of had an accident there. At least that's what we're going to tell our insurance company, Mutual of Omicron, and so we can collect on the insurance. But yeah, so I've got to do a little repair here too. We had a few things go wrong. But anyway, yeah, what actually happened? Just don't tell the insurance company. What actually happened was that Hurley disassembled the whole thing. So she took all the parts, and she took it all apart and got all the parts and everything. So we're going to use those parts to build a new CV. So that's what we've got right now. So what I need to do is I need to build another CV. And this is another quick way, because of the way the blocks are right now. If you have damaged blocks and you want to repair them, it's actually faster to paint them whatever color they already are, and it replaces it with a new block instead of repairing it. So it's actually faster that way, which is kind of cheaty, but the whatchamacallit is the repair tool is pretty slow anyway if you've got a lot of damage, and it also kind of sucks that it's so hard to find what's even damaged in the first place. But yeah, anyway, they also, in addition to the glass, they also changed the repair tool, and now it's quite a bit faster, so we'll have to see that in a minute. But first what I need to do is I need to put down a capital ship starter. Now this should come with a cockpit. Yes, okay. This comes with a cockpit. So all I need is a few parts here. We're just going to make a very minimalist emergency system. And I'm actually going to put this as a blueprint. Whoa, that scared me. For a second there, I thought it was the you don't have any oxygen thing. But yeah, I'm going to put this as a blueprint. Let's see. Is that pointing up? Yeah, okay. So this one's pointing up, and this one's pointing down. And we'll do one backward, and one forward, and one that way, and one that way. Okay, now we have all of the necessary, whatchamacallits, we have all the necessary thrusters. Let's see, I keep turning my jetpack off. And we also need a fuel tank. So we can put that here. And I need a generator, that's the other thing I need. And I don't think we have one here, because I probably would have grabbed one. Do we have a generator? No, we don't have a generator. I'll have to construct one. But yeah, we have a fuel tank, and let me see if I can put this donut on here somewhere. See if it will fit. Yeah, it'll fit there. Although, I get the feeling if I do that, it'll launch. Let me see if... And I keep turning it off. I'm turning it off again. Okay, let me see if I can turn it this way. Yeah, that looks like it'll go. Okay, so there's our CV. We have, yeah, we can get in here. So I just need to make a generator real quick. So why don't I do that, and I will be right back. Okay guys, we're back, and I also cleaned up the underneath. I got rid of all those blocks because I want this to be truly minimalist. I want this to be only the actual things you need, because the idea behind this is that somebody will be able to load up this blueprint in an emergency and fly their CV to another system and then disassemble it as quickly as possible, you know, not have to waste time on extra stuff. Although I gotta say, it's pretty cool. The devs added a thing where, let me see here, where they sped up this tool. So it actually works a lot faster now. The glass only takes 3 hits instead of 5, which is very nice too. So we're going to take this thing, and I've also docked the ship on here, as you can see. I docked the whatchamacallit. And you know what I don't have on here is an RCS. I totally forgot about an RCS. Let me see. I know I have I have it right here in my thing. Okay, so I can put the RCS on, and there we go. Alright, we're good to go. Now we should be able to take off and go up into space and on our wacky ship. And you know, I had to remember to change the faction on it. I was trying to figure out why I couldn't dock the ship on it either. But yeah, so here we are piloting our ship. I love this. I can go into space with no helmet on because I'm inside the cockpit, according to this thing, which it's not visually sealed, but according to the game logic, it actually is sealed. So now we're going to go to Zeyhines, and we're going to go get, let's see, where is, yep, we're going to go to Zeyhines, and we're going to get the Bibelbrox, or at least now we can leave this here and disassemble it and not have to screw around with the Bibelbrox trying to bring that back. So now actually I can just land this on the planet to disassemble it too, instead of disassembling it in space and then bringing the dart back down. So we'll do that. We'll go down to the planet, and there's a couple of other things. They added this. You can turn off the labels. You can turn off the text labels but still leave the crosshair. I mean, I was close to taping some yarn or thread across my screen to make some crosshairs so that I could turn off the labels but still see where I'm supposed to be shooting, because that was driving me nuts. But yeah, so we're gonna head down to the planet. I believe our base is over here, and yeah, there's a couple other things I wanted to experiment with. So we'll see what we can do. But yeah, there's let me see, what else do they have here? They added in a blueprint uploader thingy. They added in the Steam Workshop to the game so that you can upload and download blueprints from within the game, which is pretty cool. And I'm pretty sure my base should be right over here. Yeah, I'm heading right at it. Okay, that was pretty good. So anyway, yeah, you can now upload and download blueprints from within Steam Workshop. So I wanted to show you guys that, and I'm going to do that from within this. I'm going to do that from within this game. I'm going to use this CV to do that. So I will, stop here and land over here gently, because you saw what happened if you don't land gently. Yeah, so we'll sit this down and put on my helmet, because in the sealed cockpit, are those frozen, or are they just, I don't know if those are frozen. Okay, that's interesting. And here's another thing you can do on these is, I don't think I showed you guys this before, but you can actually get into these turrets and use them. And it's kind of cool because you can use that if something is chasing you and you want, you're running away from some critter that's trying to chase you, and you jump into this, you can then shoot it from within here too. So that's kind of cool. I think you can shoot it from within there. I know you can fire that. I don't know if you can aim it down far enough to hit it. But anyway, let me get this disassembled. Let me see if I can get my ship off of here. Nope, I can't. Okay, so I will get this disassembled, and actually let me save the blueprint first. We will save it as emergency CV. Ooh, they're working. Yeah, He's gonna shoot that guy. I love these things. They don't. The ammo is a lot cheaper. Yeah, that's awesome. The ammo's a lot cheaper than those giant cannons. So, or at least I think it is. But anyway, yeah. Let's take this thing apart. Oh, this is nice. Let me get my fuel out of here before I take that. This thing has a lot more hit points. That's interesting. It used to be that you could pull that off with one hit from the repair and remove. Okay, there we go. There's that. And I'm wondering when my ship's going to come crashing down. Okay, and just this and the generator. They apparently didn't reduce the number of hits. Oh, no, no, no. Ah, there we go. What was that? It's just, okay. That was, wait, where'd my ship go? Where's my SV? Where is my SV? Hey, the generator can fly through the ground. My SV cannot. That is not acceptable. What just happened? It's showing on the map. It's showing on the map. And wow, okay. That's messed up. I'm kind of stranded without an SV. And that's my favorite ship too, and that had tons of stuff in the cargo box. So, yeah, I'm going to have to figure out how to fix that. So I will be right back. Okay guys, we're back, and I had to make an SV starter block and replace the files for the new ship with the ones from the old one, because yeah, look at the stuff I had in here. Yeah, I'm not gonna like dump all that stuff because of a bug. So yeah, yeah, no. So, and here's all my ammo and everything. It's like pretty much I had everything I owned in there, you know, other than a few bottles of oxygen. So we've got a ton of building materials here. And let me do this, and there's something else I wanted to try. Let me put this stuff in here. Okay, there's something else I wanted to try, and I figured you guys would appreciate this and maybe get a laugh out of it. So the first thing I wanted to do is I wanted to take this. Now you can send this to the Steam Workshop by clicking publish here, and you can make it public. So anybody who's playing the game now will be able to go to Steam Workshop. They'll be able in their own game. I don't know if you can, I don't think you can view them in the game right now, but you can go in the Steam Workshop and download that blueprint to your game, and then you can open it up and spawn, you know, with these resources, spawn an emergency CV if you need to get to a new system as quickly as possible without any concern for, you know, what's going on. Whether it's whether it looks decent or not. So anyway, I want to try this because I'm curious, and it looks like I need 6 copper, 6 cobalt. So let me find some ingots here, and copper, and we needed iron. Did it say iron? So we'll go back to here, and we'll put these in here. Oh yeah, it doesn't? Huh. It says it needs copper, and it says it needs cobalt. Maybe it has some sense of not wanting to produce this thing. Let me see if I can find anything that will contribute to production. Let's see, what is copper and cobalt? Let's see, what's made of copper and cobalt? I think that's control device, isn't it? Let's see if the control devices will do it. No? Huh. No, what about cables? No? It just tells you no? Okay. Well, I guess that doesn't work. So now you know too. But yeah, I was kind of hoping it would be kind of fun to just for the fun of it to be able to spawn these these guys in creative. So I guess I can cancel that, because what I did was I took, and these are also available on the Steam Workshop if you want to play around with them. They do work in creative mode and you can spawn them. What these are is I took some of the POIs and isolated these spawners out of them so that it's just a one block, it's a base. You spawn it just like you spawn a base. But what happens is when you walk close enough to it, as you've seen in other episodes where we had those in the game, you walk close enough to them and those things spawn. So you can spawn the bats or the Krogums or the Daleks or the giant golem thing. And I plan to use these in my next Let's Play series if it's still working the way it is. So I figured I would put those around the planet and make some wandering monsters, which should be kind of cool. But anyway, I guess we're not going to be able to do that. So the other thing I wanted to do was I wanted to pick a spot to start on a new base. I want to make a new base on this planet. So I'm going to get all my materials ready and get in the ship, and I will meet you guys in just a minute. Okay guys, we're back for a second, because you know what? I think I totally didn't even do this right. So let me try this again, because I'm an idiot. So we'll go into the thing and we'll select this. And let's not do a golem. We'll select this, we'll do 2 factory and start production, because it says I can make it in 1 second, because I was thinking this is how much I need, but that's how much I have sitting in reserve. So we'll start production. Oh yes. Oh yes. Oh, this is cool. Okay. So now I can place this right there and run. Ow, 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 ow. That's awesome. So yeah, I can spawn those guys in. Why aren't my turrets shooting at them? That kind of sucks. It's funny. Okay, do I even have any weapons on me? I have a pistol. Okay. Well, let me... Now what you could do is, if those things... Hey! That's not nice. If those things... If my turrets would actually work... If my turrets would actually work, you could have the turrets take them out, and then, and... Where is he? He's right there. Am I shooting him or my turret? I can't even tell. But yeah, what I was thinking is I could have the turrets shoot them, and then, yeah, I'm hitting him, okay. You have the turrets shoot them, and then you could make your own health kits a lot cheaper. So, you know, because they drop health kits as loot, so you could actually do that if you wanted to. Yes, it's cheating, but it's still kind of funny. So let me see where the other guys are. I know there was more than one of them out there. Let me see if I can... There we go. No? Huh. Ah! And this guy's right here at the base. Huh. Okay, I'm sorry, that's just funny. And let's see if I can get this guy. Come on. Okay, that's just funny. So you can get into those things, you just can't shoot stuff that's right in front of your face with them. But yeah, so, you know, see, I can get bullets, I can get medikits, I can pick up loot from these guys. They also drop the big medikits. I think I ended up picking up more loot than I spent on ammo on shooting those guys. But yeah, anyway, I just had to try that. So I'm going to jump in the ship and go over the other side of the planet, and I'll meet you over there in a minute. Okay guys, I was looking at the footage and we're actually out of time for today. So that's going to be it for episode 43. why don't you join me for episode 44, and we will get working on this big base, our big new base on the desert planet. It should be pretty cool. So join me for that, and we will see you next time. Later.